Your inner self-critic is your enemy. It's a significant part of self-sabotage. It's not your friend. So bear with me, I'm going to talk over this, and at the end towards the end I'm going to give you a strategy that seems to be working for me, and hopefully it can work for you too. So, your inner self-critic, what the heck is it? It's almost certainly a series of beliefs that you cottoned onto when you were young, embedded in you by significant others in your life, and you believed them. And you've internalized them to the point where you just can't shake these damn things off. And oftentimes it's a feeling of unworthiness, of unlovableness, it's a feeling of inadequacy, of uselessness that just nags at you constantly. And the problem is when you are a self-sabotager or self-saboteur, you're giving this inner critic plenty of evidence that it's right. Yeah, you're bloody useless. You can't get anything right. Oh my God, why do you keep making the same mistakes over and over again? You know, these people love you. You're incapable of being loved. You're such a mess. And this is a tough nut to crack. Now, you can't ignore this inner critic. It's part of you, but it is not all of you. And it's unlikely that you'll ever be able to tackle the inner critic if you do it head on. So, what can we begin to do to tackle this inner critic? Well, first of all, we have to acknowledge that it's there. It's also useful to be able to investigate where it might have come from. Spend some time on this, it's important. Have a think about what it is that you believe about yourself. Now here's the thing, you have, up until this point in your life, achieved plenty of things. Yes, you might have done a lot of dumb things, but there's plenty of success stories out there, and your inner critic completely and totally ignores those. Ignores all the good things in your life, and ignores all the positive stuff you've done for the sake of keeping you where you are. And that in itself is a self-sabotaging mechanism. But as I said, your inner critic doesn't like you. It's not your friend. Doesn't care about you. And it's not loving. But you ain't going to get away from it. So what I want to do is try and talk through a methodology that can, like a mosquito that's close to your ear, your inner critic, it will keep you awake at night. But if the mosquito's on the other side of the room and nowhere near you, it's still there, but it's not close enough to bother you. So let's begin to think about this self-critic. First of all, acknowledge that, yes, you've messed up. Your self-critic is right. You've made mistakes, you've done dumb things. You're not going to get away from that. But what I want you to start thinking about is, what have I done right? Say to the self-critic, yes, but this, and this is what I've done well. Also begin to say to your self-critic, I am not you. I am not you. I am better than you. Now, it may not feel like you can do this, but just saying the words, I am better than you, I am not you, will begin to chip away. Now, it won't happen instantly, but this is what's happening for me. It's taken me a little while to begin to get this self-critic shouting less loudly. It does shout, it is there. I'll give you an example in a moment. But begin to say to yourself, I am not you. I am better than this. I am better than you. As a good example, over this last couple of weeks, I've been meaning to phone back a potential client, and I've just been a bit nervous about doing it. And because I haven't done it, my self-critic is there saying, oh, flipping useless. For goodness sake, you can't even pick up the phone and talk to a guy who could actually become a client and bring some money in. And it would have been easy for me to start reinforcing that and say, yeah, I'm bloody rubbish. I call myself a businessman, But no, I simply said, no, I'm better than this. I will get around to it because I am not you. I haven't done it yet, but I will get to it. And when I do, it will go good. So all I'm doing is I'm not ignoring the self-critic, the inner critic. All I'm doing is just giving it something else, beginning to counter that, not tackling it head on. Tackling this stuff head on is hard bloody work, doesn't really work very well. All I'm doing is just countering it and saying, okay, yep, not done it. but I will get to it because I'm better than this and you are not me. And that's just an example over this last couple of weeks for me. Whereas 6, 8, 12 months ago, I would have wallowed in it. I would have soaked it up. I would have literally told myself, yes, I'm bloody rubbish. Why can't I get anything right? Not anymore. I've got a plan and I'm putting that plan into effect and it's having positive results. And this coming week, I will contact this potential client. So that's just an example. So I hope this resonates with you. Your inner critic is here to stay. The sooner you begin to tackle it, like I said, you won't completely get rid of it, but the sooner you begin to push it further away, make it less loud, the better off you will be. The less self-sabotaging you will be. The less your inner critic will be able to affect you, and the less it affects you, the more you can get on with the positive aspects in your life and begin to move forward. I'm not promising that it will be easy. God, no, it is not easy. But the concept is quite simple. You are better than this. You are better than your inner critic. You are not your inner critic. Your inner critic is part of you, but that's not the whole picture. You are better than this. So if you've got thoughts, just put them in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Got questions, please ask. I'll do my best to answer them. But remember, you are not your self-critic. You are not your critic. You are better than that. You can do this, and you will do this.